Hi everybody. Today I want to show you something special that I recently created. More specifically, I want to demonstrate my peer networking matcher, which is a special generative AI tool that allows to easily create networking events where participants will be optimally matched based on personal background and preferences. Now in this video, I will first demonstrate the actual tool, and next I will also provide a bit more explanation on how this tool actually works. Welcome to the Gen AI Nerd channel. Yes, so here you can see the tool that I have designed called the Peer Networking Matcher. And the first thing that I will need to do is to upload an Excel sheet with information about the participants. So let me briefly show you how this Excel looks like. Yes, so here you can see the Excel with data that I collected about the individuals. So you can generate a separate registration form for that. Now here I use hypothetical data, so these are not real people, but this is how it would typically look like. So I collect the names of the people, their emails. In this case, they are students being in particular educational programs. I've asked them to upload their LinkedIn profile. So I have their full LinkedIn profile. I have information about their hobbies and interests, about their goals and career aspirations. So this is the information that I collected up front. When you collect this information, always make sure that you're kind of complying with GDPR so that people have opted in. And with this information, I can now use my peer networking tool. Yes, so now I'm back in my tool, and so I have uploaded now my CSV file with all the information. Now I still need to do some additional things to kick off the tool. So I have to give an open API key. So that's the key that allows it to talk with OpenAI, with the large language models. I will use here GPT-4o Mini as a model. That's a very cheap model, but definitely good enough for what we need to do. We also need an embedding model. Now this is an open source embedding model. I have here different options, but this one is fast and good enough. And here I actually need to give my preferences in terms of how people should be matched. So here I can choose like how important should be experience and skills of the people, their hobbies and interests and goals and aspirations. So we can now leave it like that. I can also kind of push to make sure that people that are really good matches are really selected, and I will later on explain that a bit more, but so we can leave this like this at the moment. Here I need to indicate how many speed networking rounds I want to do. So in this case, I want to do 3 rounds where each time everybody is matched with a different person, and I want that in the end explanations and talking points are generated. Yeah, so you can play then with all these kind of parameters. So that's how I designed the tool. So to further optimize how you exactly want to do the matching. But now we can leave it like this. And so I have my file uploaded, and now I can press generate matches. And now actually my application will start working. Now it's actually studying the LinkedIn profiles to extract core expertise and skills for every participant. So now I have 20 participants, and for each participant, it's kind of creating a summary of core experience and skills. So now we have to briefly wait until it's finished. Yes, so now the first step is finished. It has computed similarities. It's identified for every person 5 potential matches. It's kind of then optimizing the matching. And now it's actually for every match being created, generating explanations of why people are matched and what kind of topics they could discuss. And now again, we will have to briefly wait until this is ready, and then I can show you the final result. Yes, so now everything is generated, and actually now I get a table with all the information that has been generated, which I can now easily download. So now let's take a look at the downloaded file. Yes, so here I'm in the downloaded file, and of course the initial information is still there, but now I have a lot of additional information. So for each person, it has identified 5 potential bodies. And then for the 3 rounds that I wanted to do, it will every time mention which name is in the end matched with this person, the email of the matched person, an explanation of why they have been matched, and which kind of talking points they could discuss. So now I simply have a full Excel for all 20 participants with this information for every round. And based on this Excel, you can now easily create a mail merge in, for instance, in Word to send out the information to everybody so that they know with whom they are matched in which speed networking round. So this is how this application works. And now let me briefly explain a bit more how it is exactly designed. Yes, so let me explain now how the tool works. So the first step is that you need to provide this information about LinkedIn profile, hobbies, and career inspirations. This will then be used by a summarizer agent that for every person will summarize the LinkedIn profile to identify their core expertise and skills. Then all the information as embeddings will be stored in a vector database. And then based on this vector database, for every single person, we will identify 5 optimal matches using a typical similarity algorithm. So then for every person, we will have identified 5 optimal matches. And then we have an optimization algorithm where we simply try to make sure that for each speed dating rounds, as many people as possible will be matched with one of their optimal matches. Or of course, that depends on the number of people that you have, but this algorithm will really try to optimize the number of optimal matches. And then for each match generated, I have another agent that will create for every single match an explanation of why they are matched and what kind of topics they could discuss. So we have actually 2 agents in this flow that use large language models to first create a summary and then create explanations and talking points. And we also use embeddings and similarity algorithms to do the actual matching. So that's a brief explanation of what is happening in the backend. So I hope this shows how you can really start leveraging generative AI for peer networking. If you would be interested in this particular tool, this is not an open source tool because I have spent a lot of time and a lot of energy in creating it. But if you would be interested in using it in one way or another, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Okay, thanks for your attention, and I hope this was helpful for you. Bye.